Our next insider says we first start to see signs of aging, unfortunately, in our face and our neck. So what can we do about it? One option is something called a chin implant. I'm not kidding, a chin implant. Take a look. So let's talk about how, and let's look at this picture, doctor, the before and after. How does that help with the neck?
So that's a great question. So basically, a chin implant it helps in many different ways. A chin implant is a procedure that's definitely on the rise. I think I was looking yesterday, just in the month of between May and June, I did 14 chin implants, which is a lot.
Wow.
And what chin implants do is basically, some people are naturally born with a little bit of a weak jawline. And when we're talking about chin implant, we're talking about the front of the jawline. Mm-hmm. The newer implants, the implants that we've been using the past 10, 15 years, are not just little buttons at the end. They give more structure to the jawline. That being said, I have 20 different models of chin implants, and within those 20 different models, there are different sizes within them as well, and we can also customize an implant to your jawline based upon CT scans that we take, and we can actually make a custom implant, which isn't always necessary, but it's available for some unique cases. But that being said, when you look at someone from the side, the jawline sometimes will either be weak, so that the neck skin just kind of bunches up here, and the fat or muscles of the neck are just more prominent, number one. Number two, some people's shape of their jawline just naturally curves up, or it doesn't actually come like the nice angulated jawline. It will actually curve up. So a chin implant is not done the same way each time. Sometimes we give it more to give what's called anterior projection, which to go more front-wise. Other times the vector is more down, angled down, usually at a 45-degree angle down. So it's to give you more projection or more prominence of your chin in some cases, but some cases just to angle the chin a little bit. So that will give you a much nicer looking neck, and we have some photos that I'm sure we'll show.
We have some great before and afters. Before we do that, doctor, allow me to show an image of an implant. I think it's silicone. Is that what is used? Tell us what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so the implants that we use are made of, there's certainly different materials you can use, but the implants material that's been used for the longest period of time, and I feel is very safe material, it's called Silastic. It's actually a hard silicone, so it's not like a breast implant type silicone that's soft, that's mobile. This is a hard piece of silicone that's actually molded to certain shapes and sizes, and it just sits right along your jawline. It goes right over the bone into a little pocket, so it does not move. That's the biggest question I get, is will I move or will I be able to feel it? Well, number one, no, it shouldn't move, so it should be nice and solid and stuck there. In fact, when you touch your jawline a month or 2 months or 3 months later, you don't feel the implant. You're like, I don't know where I know it looks better, but I'm not sure exactly where it is. And it feels like it's your jawline. It feels like it's your bone.
That's interesting. Okay, we do have a before and after picture. I do want to show this to our viewers, and then I have a few more questions to ask you regarding the chin implant. But here is, oh my word, look at that.
Well, this is a good example of a lady who I did surgery on, who was a chin implant with a facelift. So she didn't, that's not all a chin implant, but
still.
You can see what the chin has done to the angle of her jaw. You see how her kind of jaw comes down and then angles up a bit? Well, the chin implant lowers that vector more to an inferior position. So we have a better substrate to lift against, but also it just gives her jawline a much nicer appearance.
Doctor, I mean, with all due respect, that woman went from looking 70 to 50.
Yeah, that's a remarkable change.
I am not even exaggerating.
Yeah.
I mean, unbelievable. So did she have any, I mean, I don't know if you remember, but you said a lift?
Yeah, so she had a lower face and neck lift. So you see the jowls hanging down over her jawline, the neck, that was lifted, all with incisions around her ear, which you really can't see.
You can't tell, okay.
They're imperceptible. And then obviously the chin implant that we've been talking about helps extend her jawline. I could have gotten her a very nice result without the chin implant. However, the chin implant almost like supercharges that result, gives it that extra oomph, and gives her a beautiful jawline.
Because if you see the lower lip, you can actually see how the chin
comes out.
Right. And look at the one to the left.
And
where
it looks natural. One of the biggest questions I get,
really
Dr. Steiger, am I going to look like Jay Leno? And the answer is absolutely not. That's not what we're, no offense to Jay Leno, but he has a very, very prominent chin, and that's not what we're doing. We're still keeping it feminine. We're still keeping it sexy. We're not just, giving you a big chin and so your neck looks better. So, we have to do things within moderation to give you the best possible result with what we have to work with.
All right, going back to the chin implant, I've heard that maybe sometimes people have trouble speaking after. True or false?
Long-term false, short-term could be, not everybody, but you having a procedure, you're having a surgery, we're putting an implant in, and when you put the implant in, you could have swelling, and the lower lip muscles sometimes are a little bit swollen. And plus you're swollen in your chin, it's a little tight feeling, so it could have a little bit of a discomfort. It's usually not more than a week.
Okay.
Could be longer, and some people don't have it at all. So not necessarily do you have, well, certainly not long-term slurring or speech problems.
Right, just a little bit. With the chin implant, obviously people can do something else like lipo, or they could do combine.
Absolutely. So we
like
have
a package.
So we have some minimally invasive or minimally surgical procedures, like putting a chin implant in with liposuction. Now earlier we spoke about how if I just take fat in someone that's maybe in their early 40s or 40 to 45, then sometimes the neck will sag more. Okay, so the only way to then treat that is to lift the skin, so to do actually a lift. Well, we have little ways of cheating around that, like putting a chin implant in. Only if you need a chin implant. Now, if you have a very prominent chin, then we don't have that as an option. But if your chin's a little bit weaker or the angle of your chin is a little bit elevated, then we can lower that or give you a better jawline by putting an implant in. And it's cheating because that's pulling the skin forward a little bit as well. So you don't have to always go for the facelift. So we have options, and that's why it's really important to see a doctor who does this frequently, a doctor who knows the face and knows the neck, and can give you the best option based upon what we're working with.
And like he said, it's so important to go to a doctor who knows what he's doing and one who is board certified. Make sure you check that out. Very important for your safety, and that's what we want. We want to keep you safe.